Welcome to another edition of Big League Ballerz Sports Radio. There's been a lot of movement around the league the first 7 weeks, and now that we're approaching the last few weeks before the trade deadline, some owners are still confused on how to make great deals and how to capitalize on those trades. Today's show, we're going to talk about the art of the deal. In the studio, we have owners Killafe of the Tampa Bay Bucks and Zeekei of the Toronto Patriots. What's up, fellas?
All right. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. It's kind of late out here in Houston, man. Approximately 10:54, and I'm kind of sleepy, man. So I appreciate we go ahead and get this session out the way, gentlemen.
No problem.
So let's talk about the art of the deal, man. What is the big thing that's going on around the league now that we see throughout this group chat every day about these different trades and deals that's happening? You mind commenting on that, Freaky Zeekei?
Hey man, it's all about the trade, man. Every day when I get online, I'm looking for something, in particular a piece. And, what I'm seeing is more people are moving it, but I like to see a lot more people moving. But I don't know if everybody understands, what's the trade, not necessarily what's the trade, because of course people know what trade is, but understanding the value of the players that they have and how they can position them to get the potential players they want. I've done so many different trades that, I kind of got a little bit of a system, but you never know. It works. Some deals that I do one way, it won't work with other people. So you just kind of got to be a little patient. Yeah.
Okay. That's completely understandable. But we see, man, you post a lot of deals in that group chat every day. You're trying to make some trades, and most people feel like, man, you just have dismantled your whole team. And what's the science behind your trade?
You gotta understand that when I drafted, when we first started season one, I drafted pretty much mostly offense. My uncle probably is not the strongest offensive line in the league. They pretty okay, and so I always was strong with receivers, and but my defense was kind of lacking at it. I had a lot of old players. So, last season when I was going and trading, I basically was just trying to get rid of some players that I thought could potentially might retire, that I would have to, not have them, and people had trades. I really wasn't trying to be this super trader. It just seems like, I was asking people, hey, I got a player, you want to get rid of them? Yeah, that's how the draft picks kind of started for me.
Well, man, the deals I saw you chunking out there, man, was like, I felt like they were some horrible deals, man. You had like these old ass players that you was trying to get rid of, and people were just jumping on them left and right, man.
How do they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder? I think Killafe said this. You have some people that have teams that they're looking for, one or two pieces, and so I understand what you're saying, but at the time, so I wasn't looking for all these first number one draft picks and nothing. It just kind of happened a little bit, one deal at a time.
Okay.
I kind of agree with what he's saying. I mean, a lot of people, especially when we first started this league, not everybody got to draft every part of their team, or some people drafted, like my boy Freaky Zeekei, he had, his offense on point, but his, D was lackluster. So now, he's trying to even out, everything. But with me, and the way I think about it is, I think it's a little bit of a mixture. Some people, have some holes on their team that they don't mind, picking up a 29 or 30-year-old player because, they believe that might get them over the hump to get to the Super Bowl. When you have teams winning the Super Bowl, 3 times, in a row, you kind of looking at your team like, damn, so what I got to do, what I got to do to get there myself.
So you feel like you need some players right now, not necessarily players for the future.
Well, you got to think too, and this going with Killafe said, everybody wasn't there when we drafted. So some teams some owners that joined the league, when they got their team, what they got, it might have been kind of picked over a little bit, and so, it's kind of like, okay, I want to compete because you got to think that we got a lot of owners and players that's coming from different leagues that are competitive. And so if you got that competitive spirit and you're not used to losing, or you're not used to not playing at that level you're accustomed to playing, you're going to do what you got to do to get the players that you need.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. I agree most definitely. Killafe, this question is for you, man. Why do you make the trades you make? Like what gets you to make the deal, man? What gets you to make things happen? What are you looking for in your players?
For me, it's not all about, it's not I don't know. I like speed, man. Speed kills. Speed and its different type of attributes. You know what I'm saying? So okay, let me give you a good example. That middle linebacker I had, I took him from free agency. He was just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Google, whatever his name is. He was just sitting there. Nobody wanted that guy. He was fast. He was stupid. Like, real stupid. Like, I think his awareness is like 40. You know what I'm saying? Play recognition, you know what I'm saying, 40. Block shed real low. But if you know what I'm saying, if you've been playing games, you know exactly where to put certain type of players in the right positions to make plays. My dude had, you know what I'm saying, linebacker rookie of the year. With save up XP points. I barely even did anything to him. 5 picks, 8 sacks. You know what I'm saying? 23 pass defenses. And that's a stupid linebacker. You put them in the position, you know what I'm saying, for them to make the play, even though they're dumb. But if they have the speed, or if they have certain attributes, strength, you know what I'm saying, block shed, you know what I'm saying, they might not, you know what I'm saying, they might be short, but they might be able to, like, jump real high. And everybody knows jumping is one of those attributes that they get, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty expensive to bump up. You know what I'm saying? It's like $4,000 or $5,000, and then once you get up in the 90s, it's like $6,000, $7,000. But you know what I'm saying? So they got some attributes. The easiest attribute to get is awareness. You know what I'm saying? Play recognition. I mean, you bump that up real quick. And I think, people were looking at me like the first year. I was like, I already know I'm not gonna make it to the, to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just picking up the pieces. People like, I'm making I traded away Atkins, and at that time, you know what I'm saying, Freaky Zeke was one of the people who was like, man, why are you trading away, all these, like, you know what I'm saying, players? I was like, for one, I have a decent backup. You know what I'm saying? I have a young, a 22-year-old defensive tackle who's now a superstar. Was it Leonard Williams? Yeah. That was his backup at 3-4, so I don't need 2 defensive tackles. So I got a 94 dude just sitting there who's 28 years old, which it makes, and you know what I'm saying, once you really start to get aware of, like, the game and how XP points work, and, you know what I'm saying, like the years, you know what I'm saying, of when it's not good to put points on players, and, when you be putting players on, I'm coming across rosters where they have 32-year-old guys starting. That's good. He's 97 years old. But you got a guy who's 21 years old, he just sitting there. He ain't doing nothing. And that dude, I've seen in, like, other people's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at one point, I used to be in 5 different online leagues. So I'm sitting there looking at a whole bunch of these young dudes who I've seen in other people's franchises who are superstars. You know what I'm saying? Like, their 3rd, 4th year, they, like, 90-something overall, 24 years old. But this dude in this league got him in backup. So I'm just laughing. And then I just go on, like, the practice roster, and I just pick here, pick there. People are like, man, how'd you get this guy? Oh, he was just sitting on someone's roster. Practice squad, just sitting away, wasting away. So,
I want to cut in on that, because that's a good point that you made, Killafe, because my thing is, like, say you ain't got a whole lot of capital or first draft picks, and you don't, only thing you can get is what's in free agency. If you know how to look, for a potential player, particularly a rookie, those get the most points. Like in the season, I had Will Fuller last year, and because he was a rookie, there's certain things that you have to look at when you go in goals. It tells you exactly. You don't have to guess. You get so many yards, you get this amount of points. You make a rookie of the year, which Fuller did, you get this amount of points. You'll end up at the end of the year with 80,000, 90,000 points, and you could really do some damage to that player. I mean, not damage, but you could make him into a superstar. And You know,
So-
I approach it. My philosophy is a little different than Killafe because he said he kind of look at the things that players do. I guess I'm kind of always looking at my players kind of like, you know, real estate. Like I'm looking whether they're picks or whether they're players, do they retain value? If I need to get a particular kind of player at a moment's notice, do I have a player that has enough, I guess, value, right, for somebody that want to trade me a particular draft or a particular player?
Which brings us to that question. Don't mean to cut you off, but which brings us to the question of, you know, most people question some of your trades in the league. Like, okay, why would you give up Will Fuller, man? You had Donald. Why would you give up Donald? Now you have Von Miller. You know, I mean, what do you plan on doing with these guys?
That's a valid question. Now let's start off before Donald, because before Donald I had another mega deal when I got healed. You gotta understand that when I had my team last year, I had Fuller, I had Dorsett, and I had Goodwin. All of them were running like 95, 90 speed because I'm like, Killafe, give me speed because that's the most expensive thing you can buy. And so what happened was I really wanted to kind of show out, I guess, a little bit, which kind of backfired a little bit on me because I said, well, if I got speed, I took the attribute point for speed. I was like, you know, it's kind of like when you got a new car. You know, it's good for a while, but then you want another new car. So when I traded for Hill was, you know, I had him in another league, so I knew what he could do, but the chemistry didn't work. And so that kind of worked to kind of trade him back to get Dorsett. Now, Donald, there's no replacing him. TG did that deal, I think, trade rate that he gave him to me for. And, you know, I did trade him pretty early in the season. I played with him about 3 games, you know, and I'm telling you, he was really a force. But for me, what I started noticing, because when I was getting hurt a lot was in my secondary. So they would go mass protect, and sometimes he would break away or whatever. But why he retained, he's not hurt. You know, I was able to get some quality picks and some quality players, which eventually led me to do and to make a deal with you because I needed some help in the secondary. I mean, that's all. I think that you gotta to get the right pick player for your team. Just because the person they're gonna perform the same, but
almost what Freaky Nigga did. Basically, I mean, he knew he had players who were backing Donald up who could come in and fill the role, maybe not be as dominant, but.
Let me just comment on that right quick. When I traded, I don't really, you know, if you want to see what I get from a trade, you can go online, but I'll just disclose that when I traded Donald, I think I got like 2 first rounds, and I got. Because I tell you what, Big Homie had a deep T tackle. His name was Brandon Williams, who was like 84, 96 strength. And so it wasn't like I had a hole there. Of course, it's not going to do what Donald does. But it's those kind of things, kind of get the trades and get a player, because if you're getting just picks and you're losing players and you got to go find players, that's one of the things I like to do to kind of sweeten the deal. Hey, man, if I know you're a speed guy and you got speed receivers, and I'm trying to get one of your speedsters, and I'm thinking, well, I got speedsters too. Swap one with you, that way nobody's being hurt, you know?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
makes sense.
if you might not have that, like what I did with Atkins. I traded Atkins away because you have a younger player or a player there who you know what I'm saying, like you just said, it wouldn't actually be a hole, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be, oh man, I just lost a really good decent tackle, but not really, because I have somebody else there. I traded Atkins. I forgot what I traded Atkins, but I traded Atkins and a pick and something else, and I got William Jackson. People were like, man, how'd you get William Jackson? Like, man, I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, give him to you, but you was like, you know, I don't want this, I don't want that. So I improved my secondary, and then I had Leonard Williams to replace Atkins, who was 22 years old, and pretty much almost just as good, just not as smart, really. He was more athletic than, you know what I'm saying, than Atkins. So it's all really, when you make a trade, get a piece, you always want to have, you know what I'm saying, either one or two things. You always want to exchange, you know what I'm saying, for another player, you know, that can come and fill the role, so you don't have that big gap, or you always want to have somebody, you know what I'm saying, already on your team who can come in and fill that role. Some people, they just trade a player away, and it's like, oh, now they got a big gap. So they just gain something on offense or gain something on defense, but they didn't lost, you know what I'm saying, something.
Credit another gap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
also just like, I stopped paying attention to the, you know, what's going on, like team records, and you know, sometimes if it's a big game, there's like a game of the week that you'll stream on Big Ballerz Network. I definitely look at it. Sometimes I'll be able to catch the game, but if I don't catch the game, I like looking at stats. You know, looking at certain players, these players, you know, producing, and sometimes like I last night I traded for Von Miller. Now I had tried to reach out to Lars Vader early in the season, and he wasn't hearing it. You know, I guess he was, you know, he was set, and so because I'm pretty active on the on the group meet thing, he's put a there for you know, hey, I'm looking to trade Von Miller for a couple of receivers. So, but anytime somebody puts something out there like that, usually I'm going directly to the person. If I'm on my computer, can I send trades? Because hey, it's a lot of talk. I've talked to a lot of people doing a lot of different trades, and a lot of people talk. But there's some people that act really quick, and you got to be ready when it happens, because, you know, if you're talking, the next man is offering, you know, it's kind of like, why would I wait on something when I'm getting off this here? But I really try to focus on not to get a quality deal, not, you know,
let's move on. Let's move on to this question here, because I really wanted to get to this one. We see every day also, you know, your good buddy TG from the Rams. You know, this guy's always posting crazy ass trades, man. And I'll be like, dude, man, that shit is some trash, man. Like, why you posting that trash and you asking for these valuable picks? And I'm like, damn, do these guys not know?
I would say this, that, you know, I've done a good trade with him, and I've done a not so good trade with him. And, you know, here's the thing. You got to look at it like this here. I tell you, if someone's trash is another person's treasure. That means that you see something worth something, if the other person that's trying to get it don't see it worth that way, then, you know, it's kind of, you know, one of those things. But
there's a thin line, because people try to do that, you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. You know, so the value of the person that you're putting out there. Okay, I can understand that. But then you have the opposite. Like, TG, I don't know, like, I'm not going to say nothing, but, you know, since we're on the air,
you be real.
He had, you know, a free safety, and I know who it was, because, you know, he was an acting place for the Buccaneers. And he was acting for a second round pick. I'm like, for a 20-year-old.
That's the thing about it. I got an offer from him, and it was like, yeah, man, you know, he's leading the league, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. And if TG wants to get online to defend himself, I'm more than welcome to talk to you. I've been trying to get him on the show. I don't know if he was unavailable tonight, but maybe he'll be able to come. But honestly, I put the player on my team, and he just did not work. I kid you not, I played Blaze a couple of weeks ago, man. I swear, that game went overtime, 8-7 interceptions. This dude didn't. Only thing he had was one assisted tackle. And I'm like, I got people who are, you know, on the bench, just, you know, get more than the dude. But I mean, you know,
he was at one of the leagues that I used to be on. He was on my team. Now, some people, like I said, like you said earlier.
Well, different leagues they perform differently.
I was the second round from that dude. I was kind of hot, man. I was like, man, come on, man, you can't be.
He's fast. But a lot of people, there's certain attributes that make players do certain things. Now, sometimes you might have, you know, in everything in life, there's exceptions to it. But if you look at the best type of defensive players at each of their positions, look at the attributes. All right.
Well, the thing that killed me with him was that
jump. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's just because with Alfred, I run a lot of zone on my defenses, and so he's not good at zone. But in man, he's really good. But you know, playing Madden, if you run a man, you're gonna get your feelings hurt real fast against a really good player. So, but yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I keep throwing out jump. I don't know if you keep ignoring me or whatever. And go to Madden, go on the roster, okay? When you load Madden in, go just on the regular roster. Look up and think about all the best safeties that when they're out there, they somehow always attack the ball. And it's not just because they have the aggressive trait too, but it's the jump, man. You know what I'm saying? You look at the top 5 safeties, and I guarantee you, they all have 90 plus jump, 90 minimum jump. Always.
Hey, you know, that's something you other owners need to be looking at, man. That's something these other owners need to be looking at.
Strength. Crispy put me on earlier because, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't even thinking about it. This was when we first started, like, the league. And there was one particular player, I can't remember right now. He had a lot of speed, and I was trying to make him a pass rusher. Well, Chris was right, man. This is Madden 2017, you got to remember. Body weight, account. Strength, account for defensive line. So you might have great finesse rusher, but you put him against an all-pro offensive line, man, you know what I'm saying? And he's not getting off that block because he has no strength.
Exactly.
So a lot of certain attributes people need to pay, you know what I'm saying, attention to when they put certain players in a position to do things. Because you might have a great athlete, but if they're missing one thing that could really, you know what I'm saying, set them apart or make them, you know what I'm saying, do certain things, and then, you know what I'm saying, like they're not going to progress unless you're a manual user, like some people are.
Right.
Okay. And one last question, fellas, so we can go ahead and wrap this up, man. What advice would you give some of these guys in the league that don't have any experience at drafting or making trades? Because, you know, we got a few guys in our league that are straight online players, and they never really dib and dabbed inside of a league before, so they don't really know the ins and outs of how to go about, you know, making the perfect deal with anybody or getting that trade or making the right draft pick. For example, the Cowboys. You know, the Cowboys are real big about playing online games. And, you know, for whatever reason, he felt like when he got into the league that he wasn't going to have to do any building or anything to his team, that his team was just always going to be his team because he get automatic updated rosters online. But I had to tell him, you know, hey, man, that don't work like this. You have to put in the work to build your team if you plan on winning in this league. You know, you can't just expect your players to be the same way the whole time. He's like, oh, man, y'all boys spend attribute points on this and attribute points on that. And I'm like, well, what the hell you think we're supposed to do? That's how you keep your team going. You know, you want to be competitive, you got to build the damn players.
About that one is just that. Let me throw this shout out to y'all playing online, man. Stop running nano blitzes, man. For real. You know who you are. Stop doing it. we shutting it down. You know who you are. I'm calling y'all out. Stop running nano blitzes. But going to what you were saying about the online play, your team is set. You don't have to worry about injuries. You don't have to worry about things like, I know because I played Madden Ultimate League a little bit, and then I played online. And so you got a set team, and I think it's the biggest exception because with franchise, I'm still relatively new because, you know, I was in the league before. That was like my first time, Madden 16, that was my first time ever getting in a franchise. But it's like the more if you don't put anything into it, your team won't get better. Put it like that.
Yeah.
And just know that when you're trading in the beginning, you're going to make some mistakes. I was giving away first round in the beginning, like, oh, you'll give me this? Oh, you'll take a first round. Not really knowing that value of that first round. And the draft, I'm pissed because everybody got all these drafts, and I'm waiting to the 5th round.
Yeah, to try to get a draft.
Everything picked over, right? And so, okay, I learned that lesson. So the next time, you know, hey, man, I got a player, you know, he's the first round, I'm looking. 81 overall, normal. No, I think I'm going to hold on to this draft.
Yeah, you know? What's your take on the Killer? What do you think?
A little bit with what Zeekei said. You know what I'm saying? You got to really pay attention to your players, to your team. You know, you always, one of the things I learned, it took me a long time to learn because I've been playing Connect the franchise for like over 6 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that a lot of veterans know, make sure you have some depth on your team. Make sure that backup, you know what I'm saying, can come in and he can hold down for you if your star go down, because that's where a lot of people falter, like their star player goes down. And they're so used to using only him, they don't really know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So make sure, you know, that you're not just so dependable on one person. And if you are, you know what I'm saying, maybe that's your play style, make sure you have a backup who can come in and fill the role. Another thing is, some people may not be good in, you know, in like, you know, doing the whole drafting. I'm still learning myself, because they change it up a little bit every year of how to look up the specifics on that draft player and what to look for. But one thing you want to pay attention to, if you're drafting an offensive lineman, look at the strength. Look at how many times, you know what I'm saying, they hit that bench press. For linebackers, same thing. Look at the 40 time. Look at the 40 time. If your linebacker, if that rookie linebacker coming out of college running a 4.5, then most likely he's going to be around, at minimum, 83 minimum. To mostly I've seen is like 84, 85 speed. That's 4.5 speed for a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? For a cornerback, 4.5 speed, they're coming out running like an 86 to 88. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all about just repetition. And, you know, I mean, sometimes you might pick somebody who might look good, you know what I'm saying? And it might come out and it might not be so well. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, I mean, you gotta, you know, make mistakes to learn. I mean, that's just life, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not the type of person who's gonna look at the draft, you know what I'm saying, that's where it goes back to your play style. Then where you need to make the moves is before, or, you know what I'm saying, like before the draft. If you know,
Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for mentioning that, yeah.
You know, you might not, you know what I'm saying, you might be really sorry, you know, man, I suck at picking out players. I'm not even gonna try. Okay.
Right.
All right, that's fine. Make your moves and try to get a young player from another team with your draft picks. Because that's basically like you drafting right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
It's just like at the beginning of the draft this year. I mean, I had got done on T. Hill before the draft even started. Because I had like one pick was like the number 3 overall. So yeah, you could, I appreciate you for bringing that up, because you say you're not into looking and seeing if a lineman bench press is 36 times, whatever, you can trade them, and people wait till the last minute, but they want those picks because everybody wants the best players, and you can get studs coming right out, superstars, if you know, play your numbers right.
Well, fellas, that's all the time we have for tonight's show. I want to thank you all for stopping by and giving us some insight on the art of the deal. Make sure y'all tune in later this week as we go over the power rankings of the top 10 teams in the league. Once again, this has been a production of Big League Ballerz Sports Radio. We out. Peace.